and quality services.
Time is precious. Don't waste it spending many hours on the road. Utilize the time you have to enjoy things that matter. Visit places, visit people, visit Kasama through your gateway to possibilities. That's right. Kasama Airport has been upgraded and is now open and ready to welcome you with open arms. Contact the airline of your choice to book your next trip into the region. Zambia Airports Corporation Limited. Keep flying.
Wow, that over there is a very nice Ford. Have you seen it?
Of course. I have been looking at it since we got here. My worry is how people manage such vehicles and where they buy genuine parts from.
I'm sure there's nowhere else apart from Shuma Auto Parts. They are the only supplier of genuine Ford and Mazda parts, which comes straight from the manufacturer. They have everything in stock for both latest and ordinary Mazda and Ford. They also stock service parts such as diesel filters, aircon filters, diesel pumps, steering pumps, turbochargers, engine overhaul gaskets, suspension parts, and body parts. If they don't have parts you're looking for, they can order within 5 to 10 working days. To top it up, Shuma Auto Parts also supply Maxxis tires and CST tires.
Really? But where are they found?
They are found on Chandram Sonda Road, Cruiser Auto Workshop in Lusaka. Call on 0979 192057 and 0960747235. Email shumaautoparts@gmail.com. Shuma Auto Parts for all your genuine vehicle parts.
The 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FMA News at 18:30 with Judith Mwape. The headlines. 3 suspects involved in the sale of fake fertilizer nabbed. UPND official in Central Province condemned for threatening to raid a radio station. Putin lands in UAE for rare foreign trip. And now the news in detail. The Zambia Police Service has apprehended 3 suspects involved in the sale of suspected fake fertilizer. Police Public Relations Officer Ray Hamonga, who has confirmed the development, says the arrest is the result of a collaborative effort between law enforcement agency and a concerned citizen in response to concerns raised about the distribution of counterfeit agricultural inputs. Mr. Hamonga says, acting on credible information, officers conducted a targeted operation that led to the apprehension of 3 suspects in Bob Broom area in Lusaka West. He said the suspects had sold out 121 bags of fertilizer believed to be counterfeit and posing a potential threat to the agricultural sector and farmers. Mr. Hamonga says the arrested individuals are currently in police custody and will face charges related to the sale of counterfeit products while investigation is ongoing, and further details will be disclosed as events unfold.
The Zambia Police Service would like to remind the public to be vigilant when purchasing agricultural inputs and to ensure that they acquire products from reputable and authorized dealers. We appreciate the cooperation of the community in reporting suspicious activities, which aids us in maintaining the integrity of essential sectors such as agriculture. The 3 suspects are retained in custody, awaited to be formally charged.
In another have been apprehended during a joint cleanup operation conducted in Lusaka's bus terminals area. The operation was conducted by the Zambia Police, Drug Enforcement Commission, and Lusaka City Council, and the 41 includes 3 females and 38 males who were found illegally trading in the area. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga has explained that the operation started at 9 hours and ended at 11:30 hours. Mr. Hamonga says the operation follows numerous reports from the members of the public in the area that have been inconvenienced by reported disorderly conduct in the area. He said the officers picked up assorted alcohol substances, drugs, including cannabis, suspected narcotics, and codeine, while illegal structures in the area have since been demolished. Mr. Hamonga indicates that investigations have been instituted and security officers have been deployed in the area to maintain law and order.
The operation was conducted by the Zambia Police Service, Drug Enforcement Commission, and Lusaka City Council, which started at 09 hours and ended at 11:30 hours. Investigations have been instituted and security officers have been deployed in the area to maintain law and order. All the suspects are detained in police custody waiting to be formally charged. This cleanup operation is in line with the interagency framework agreement among law enforcement agencies to curb organized crime in the country.
The Media Institute of Southern Africa, MISA Zambia, has condemned the threats by UPND Central Provincial Information and Publicity Secretary Fred Kunga to ransack a named radio station in that area. In an audio clip which has widely been circulated on social media, Mr. Kunga expressed frustration with members of the public who participate in live radio programs, accusing them of being funded and using what he terms as inappropriate language on air. But MISA Zambia chairperson Lorraine Mwanza has observed that such threats contradict President Hakainde Hichilema's directives, who has consistently emphasized the need for media to operate freely without intimidation or harassment. She has reminded the UPND in Central Province that it was under the principles of freedom of expression and media that they were voted into office, and any abuse of this fundamental human right contradicts the values the party stands for. She has since urged the government and the UPND leadership to address these issues promptly, emphasizing the importance of media in sustaining democracy. President Hakainde Hichilema has launched the 2023-2024 national planting season with an assurance that the government is committed to turning the agriculture sector into a leading industry in Zambia. Speaking during the launch in Nyimba district of Eastern Province, President Hichilema says the government will ensure that the agriculture sector thrives to guarantee food security. The president re-echoed his administration has put in place deliberate policies which include increasing the price of a 50 kg bag of maize from 180 kwacha to 280 kwacha, which he says is meant to encourage farmers to increase production, which will subsequently stabilize the price of staple food. The head of state says the government is doing its work by putting the right policies, but urged citizens to change their mindsets and begin to complement its efforts.
I do recognize the significance of today, the importance of today, the value that farmers, like those who are seated there, we call small-scale farmers. As we know, majority is produced by the small-scale farmers, not the bigger farmers. This is a very important day to be at Mr. Jenwa's house or farm. And I want to underscore a few messages here. This UPND government, this New Dawn government is determined to make agriculture the leading industry in our country. Is determined. Whatever it takes, we are going to do.
Action Aid Zambia is calling for the immediate scaling up of efforts by the government in fighting gender-based violence (GBV) in Zambia, whose cases are unfortunately increasing. Action Aid says during this period of 16 days of activism against GBV, it is calling for the implementation of the Gender Equity and Equality Commission, a responsive justice system, and support services to GBV survivors. Action Aid Zambia Interim Country Director Jovina Nawenzake has noted that Zambia has witnessed an alarming 62.5% increase in GBV cases in the first quarter of 2023, as statistics indicate that a total of 10,797 cases have been reported so far, compared to 4,154 during the same period in 2021. Ms. Nawenzake has said in a statement that as an organization which advocates for people's human rights and poverty eradication in the country, it demands an urgent government redress to the crisis. She feels that policy gaps and challenges in implementing Zambia's legal framework are contributing to the persistence of GBV. A report by the Zambia Information and Communications Technology Authority ZICTA on online gender-based violence (GBV) has revealed that women and girls are more susceptible to online harassment, revenge pornography, and sexual harassment, among others. The authority, which has noted the increase of online GBV cases against women and girls in Zambia, has attributed this to the continued traction of mobile subscriptions, which has recorded an upward trajectory between 2018 and 2022. Speaking during the launch of the report on the effects of online GBV on women and girls in Zambia, ZICTA Director General Jolwe Nalubamba highlighted the significance of the report in understanding the gender dimensions of ICT usage and the emerging issues.
For us at ZICTA, it's breaking new ground. It helps us understand the gender dimension of ICT usage and the emerging issues. This report is one of the outcomes of the GRZ and UN joint program on online gender-based violence project. This is actually the second phase of this project.
Earlier, Chilesha Mutale, a victim of online GBV, shared her testimony.
Code at the start of July. So I went there on a work duty. I was decently dressed according to the theme, and as I walked in, someone took a picture of me without my knowledge and put it up on Facebook. I was trending. I quickly Facebook account and checked on the page that she asked me to. And for sure, I was trending. I had 2.2K reactions at the time I checked. I straight away went to the comment section. I was so devastated. I was depressed. I was emotionally drained. The comments were so bad. I was body shamed, I was bullied, and I was humiliated. The most disheartening part of it all was that the comments were coming from my fellow women.
And a representative from the Gender Division, Henry Nkoma, says the report sheds light on the collective issues that demand everyone's attention to confront the challenge of GBV. At the same event, Minister in charge of Technology and Science, Felix Mutati, noted that the findings by ZICTA are important for informed action and urged ZICTA to present the report to Parliament for further action.
The research that we're doing so that we're better informed in the decision that we make, both at policy and at the legal platform, is important. For our Secretary General, and for me, the simple word that you said in your statement, let's not be misguided, that gender-based violence is real.
Another story trending this evening. Chirundu District Commissioner Patrick Kasambila has assured persons with disabilities that the government will not neglect them. The Zambia National Service has commenced works on the 9.1 kilometers constituency development funded road project in Munyama ward of Siavonga constituency. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Assistant Labour Commissioner for Special Duties, Chola Kabaso, has applauded Good Time Steel Company Zambia Limited management for partnering with the government to provide employment to the citizens countrywide. Speaking on the occasion of the Labour Day Awards giving ceremony at Good Steel Company Zambia Limited, where 100 workers were awarded, Mr. Kabaso reaffirmed the government's commitment to providing an enabling environment for enterprises to thrive and provide the much-needed jobs so as to contribute to the well-being of all citizens. He says it is for this reason that the party in government developed a robust National Development Action Plan for the period 2022 to 2026.
Has developed a robust National Development Action Plan for the period of 2022 to 2026. In this plan, ladies and gentlemen, it is hoped that all the strategic objectives are going to be attained. Focus is on economic development and job creation.
Speaking earlier, Good Time Steel Company Zambia Limited Executive Officer Jackie Hang assured that the company will continue creating jobs for economic growth because it has continued to expand from time to time. He says the company envisages having branches in all the districts across the country.
This morning, we come together to celebrate our workers and creators and innovators of things and to recognize the best effort of their work. Fulfill and to all the labor of their hands has transformed this company from year to year.
At the same group, Human Manager Brian Kapembwa encouraged the employees who received the awards to continue working hard and be good employees.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And now in foreign news, Russian President Vladimir Putin is making a rare trip abroad to the United Arab Emirates and is also scheduled to travel to Saudi Arabia. Mr. Putin is expected to discuss the wars in Gaza and Ukraine, as well as oil production with the UAE president. The UAE is currently hosting the COP28 UN climate, but the Kremlin has not said whether Mr. Putin will attend. He has barely left Russia since March when the International Criminal Court gave him an arrest warrant. Here's a roundup from the BBC.
President Putin is holding top-level talks in the Gulf discussing oil production and wars in the Middle East and Ukraine. A BBC correspondent says it's no coincidence that he flew into Abu Dhabi when the eyes of the world were on the UAE as hosts of the COP28 summit. He will later meet Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Saudi Arabia. Mr. Putin is the subject of an international arrest warrant. The UAE does not recognize the ICC's jurisdiction. The UN Climate Executive Secretary has urged countries at the COP summit in Dubai to agree ambitious actions against global warming. Simon Steele said this must include a clear statement that signals the terminal decline of the fossil fuel era as we know it. Mr. Steele warned against political posturing as negotiations over the final text begin in earnest.
And finally, in sports news, Barcelona and Germany keeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen will undergo surgery on a lower back injury, the 31-year-old said on Tuesday. Ter Stegen missed Barca's recent games after being ruled out of Germany's friendlies following an injury sustained while training with his country during last month's international break. Barcelona put no timescale on his return, but local media reports said ter Stegen would be out for several weeks and could miss the Champions League knockout stages in February. And now the weather report brought to you by Classicon.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Luapula, Northern and Muchinga provinces are partly cloudy, slightly windy and mild with isolated rain and thunder. Northwestern, Western, Southern, Copperbelt, Lusaka, Central and Eastern provinces are partly cloudy, windy at times and warm to mild. That ends the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
And that item brings us to the end of the news this evening. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Three suspects involved in the sale of fake fertilizer nabbed. UPND official in Central Province condemned for threatening to raid a radio station. Putin lands in UAE for rare foreign trip. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Judith Mwape. Good evening.